Recently, I've been playing a lot of Mascot horror games, Poppy Playtime, Garten of Banban, and Bendy. And even though I enjoy all of these games, they all have varying levels of quality. There's a few popular games that I have not played, either because I can't, which is the case with My Friendly Neighborhood, or simply refuse to, which is the case with Hello Neighbor. All of these games are popular for one reason or another, but there is one that I have played and absolutely despise. That game is Rainbow Friends. Let us begin. Mascot horror can be summed up in one sentence. Games that are not scary and are usually made for money. They usually have cheap jump scares that appear out of nowhere just to attempt to scare you, almost always failing. Good horror relies on making the player paranoid, getting inside their head, and then after the player is anxious, delivering the jump scare as a final blow. Mascot horror never does this well, as the games usually focus on the lovable and marketable characters more than anything else. Good horror doesn't care about marketing its merch. Mascot horror does. Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 released in October of 2021. It was a huge success, with tons of notable YouTubers playing it. A lot of people criticized it for various reasons, others did not. I personally really like Poppy Playtime, but there is one thing that I would like to point out. That is the fact that it's very derivative of concepts that appeared in Bendy and the Ink Machine, namely the story. Both games involve a former employee returning to their workplace. Both games have beloved characters come to life as horrifying monsters. Both games introduce a female antagonist that makes you do her errands before eventually being defeated. Both games have an ally that betrays you. The parallels are very clearly there. It's extremely obvious how similar the stories of the two games are after playing both of them. Garten of Banban came out earlier this year, and quite a few people called it the next Poppy Playtime. The gameplay and aesthetics were rather similar. I really love Garten of Banban, ironically, because it's just so stupid that I can't help it. The main issues is that the environments are bad, the gameplay is bad, the character designs are bad. This has already been said by multiple different people, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but yeah, it's bad. I still really love it though. It's just so dumb, and I'm so excited to play Garten of Banban 4. Now we move on to what is, in my personal opinion, the absolute worst mascot horror game there is. Rainbow Friends. This goddamn game is so mind-numbingly awful to play. I cannot believe that it got as popular as it did. Let's begin with the story. You and a group of people were heading to an amusement park for a field trip. A mysterious creature changes the sign and causes the bus to crash. Said mysterious creature then kidnaps you and sends you to do his bidding. That's it. That's the entire story of Chapter 1. It does not get better. The gameplay is terrible. Every single level is the same. Collect X amount of thing. The object you are collecting changes, and the amount of it you need changes, but other than that, it's the exact same every single time. Except for Hour 3 in Chapter 2, where you can only hold one of a thing at a time, but it's still basically the same. The characters are not threatening. Blue will see you and chase after you. You have to go around the corner and then go in the box, or go into a hiding spot. Or that's what's intended, at least. In reality, Blue is so fucking easy to run away from, you never need to use the box or hide spots, ever. Green is significantly worse. He wanders around the map, and he cannot see you. Green will pick a spot, and then stand there, waving his stupid arms around. Green essentially acts as a wall that you cannot pass through, so you have to find another way to get to where you need to go. It's really annoying and a terrible mechanic. Purple in Chapter 1 will be in vents, and if you walk past the vent, you die. It's basically the same as green, being a wall that you can't pass through. In Chapter 2, purple is in a singular part of the map, and basically just stalls out the gameplay. Also, another gripe is that blue and yellow can go into that area, which makes it way harder than it needs to be. Orange is very similar, where he will run in a line through the map, and you have to be in a box when you are near that line, otherwise you just die. It stalls out the gameplay. It makes completing the objective a lot harder than it needs to be. In Chapter 2, there's a couple of new characters that are introduced that weren't in Chapter 1. One of them is Yellow. Yellow is similar to Blue, but what Yellow does is when they catch you, instead of just outright killing you, they grab you and then fly into the air, and you have to jump off at a safe spot. It's very confusing, and I managed to get outside of the map because of Yellow before, so it's not a very good mechanic. And Cyan, I have basically no experience with. My assumption of how Cyan's mechanic works is that if you move too much when you're near it, then they start chasing you. But otherwise, I have no idea. And I honestly can't be asked to go play more of Chapter 2 to figure it out. So the only kind of thing that I can give Rainbow Friends is that every character has unique mechanics. And that's it. That's the one thing that's kind of positive. The gameplay loop is so boring and so bad that it makes Garten of Banban look like the best game ever. Rainbow Friends is the prime example of why Mascot Horror is failing. It's a lazy, boring mess of a game that was only made to market the characters to make money off of small children. As of writing this, I have not beaten Rainbow Friends Chapter 2, and I have no idea if I ever will. I hate this game, and I don't know if I have the patience to play it to completion. Garten of Banban and Poppy Playtime may be flawed, but they certainly have some positives, and they are also really fun because of how bad they are. I have literally nothing good to say about Rainbow Friends. It is a miserable experience, and it is just... The only thing I can say is that maybe later chapters might be better, but I do not have hope. If you want to play a good Roblox horror game, go play Doors. Doors is great. This video is likely going to be my biggest video yet, and it's probably going to take me a while to finish. So please like and subscribe for my efforts. If this is your first video you're seeing by me, I primarily make gameplay videos, and this was sort of an experiment. If you want me to make more video essays, leave a comment and tell me why you like this video. This video is probably going to end up being not that long, so if I make another one, I'm going to hopefully try to make it a bit longer. I will make another Max Mode video sometime in the future. It'll likely be Playtime with Percy. I can't really play it right now, and I might not be able to play it for a long time, but I am going to be playing it a lot, the chance that I get. Alright, I'll see all you chads later. Have a good one.